Be hating and talking and hating, I bet you I kill the noise. I've been a man like I'm Peyton, I boost up my rating, you know how I play with toys. Pop out on any occasion, get standing ovations, they can't help it but rejoice. They all wanna follow me, cause I got my foot on the opposition neck and ain't no apologies. 100 yards, you know I own all the property. Daddy's home, you know I own all the property. You gotta choose, you like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move, been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose, you like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move, been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose, you like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move, been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose, you like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move, been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You gotta choose. You gotta choose. You gotta choose. You gotta choose.
It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Chicago Bears and the New Orleans Saints. Of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Hill looking to throw it here with the first play. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They hand off to their big tight end. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. This defense for the Bears, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. So motivation this week, not an issue.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now it's Hill. He's going to air one out. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the Bears take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And right away, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball, you know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2nd and 11 now. Hill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
Throwing on 3rd down, Hill. And he'll find Pittman. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Here's Hill.
8-yard line.
His pass caught at the 4. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Kamara. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
So here we go on 4th. Hill. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
First down 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Play action. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
He's got a man, complete. And he is going to have the Bears 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. That's complete to Mooney. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Wilson will throw again. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Santos' kick is up and through, and it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
He's got him in, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big pickup of 38.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw is Hill. Steps away. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 in the first.
He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the first down.
Hill on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options and throws it away. The Saints at 5-7 now on the year. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
Hill now to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
A 57-yard attempt.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will tie us at 3-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, I would say for the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. These two teams all tied after one. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now it's Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Melvin Ingram able to record his 5th sack of the season. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. Deontay Hardy deep for New Orleans. Pulled in at the 24. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done.
Well, a throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Breida, they'll go up the middle. He's brought down there by Kenny Moore.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
From the 29, Wilson. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Saints are going to get the football here at their own 23.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And the Bears force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Now, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, When a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Well, from what we've seen thus far, this is not a formula for winning football. When you have more turnovers than points scored, that's a tough way to try and win a game.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. To try again after the sack. Hill. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And this is taken in at the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about him right there, working in the heart of the defense, and they connect on a very nice play downfield.
Touchdown! Adam Troutman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints have moved out in front. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-3. Touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this? Oh, now Breida loses it. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number one, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
Coming left is Kamara. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Play action. It's Hill. On the move to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to get the football here at their own 23.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if I kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker. 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well. The offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. And he's taken down here by the Saints. No stopping Peyton Turner on that sack. He would not be denied. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Third and long, it's Wilson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And here's Trenton Gill now.
Trenton Gill in formation for the Bears.
On the return, Hardy. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Here's Hill. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And now here is another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Wait a second, they declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how anytime you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. The kick by Lutz is good, and they will take the lead at 13-10. So they get the turnover in cross territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
At their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. 1 second, all that remains. Final play of the half. It's Wilson sliding out of the pocket. And his throw here's incomplete. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. As they begin their second half here, Charles, offensively, you know, not where they want to be, obviously. They're losing in this ball game, but very much within striking distance. We'll see what adjustments they make in the second half.
Is that the old glass half full, half empty type of a deal? Which way do you want to look at it? Because you're right, they're down on the scoreboard, but they're definitely opportunities now. Because if they want to go ahead and get going in this one, get back to the running game. I think there are going to be some places to go with it, and I think the offensive line will appreciate the chance to fire out and hit people. That's
a good point because they virtually had nothing going in the ground game in that first half. And this will be a Bears first down as the tackle made at about the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First down, Bears.
They run again with Breida. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 52 yards on the ground for him so far.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they
there he goes, left side. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty. A run between the tackles with Breida. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Javon Kinlaw, the big D tackle there to bring him down. Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal. They'll try and run right on the option. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And just as they thought they might be able to take that across and get the lead, a big red zone turnover.
I know that I am defense-centric, and I want to give them a whole lot of credit, but I just can't believe after that drive, in that position, ball security paramount, they turned the ball over. Terrible.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 17, Hill. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get him going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said. That they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the 2nd half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Tackle made by Grover Stewart.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the 1st. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lowered in the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a 1st after a gain of about 9.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play. 2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Play action. It's Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 2nd down now, Compton. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They go play action with Wilson. Wide open receiver complete.
And the Bears are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. On first down, Compton. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Touchdown, Bears! Velus Jones from 3 yards out. And the Bears have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Santos with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game.
Bears 17, Saints 13.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Saints take over first down 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that. And they force another incompletion.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now.
He was brought down by Marcus May.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try to get more pressure at the passer.
And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now a give to Breida. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. Matt Breida, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
24, Saints 13. Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Hill escaping the pressure right.
And this one too low.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
The offense on 3rd down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Hill. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Desperation time on 4th for Hill. This is caught. It's Hardy.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
So on 4th down, a big-time completion. And the defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understand that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they say they can't do at any time. They committed an eye violation, had their eyes in one place, and allowed the deep ball behind them.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Here's Hill. Rolling to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Well, this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And my goodness, another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown.
Well, this defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick-6.
And how about the way they played this entire game? Not only they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick-6s, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. The former third-round pick, Justin Jones, bringing the lumber that time.
But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering. Because
in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw complete here to Kmet. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
It's a gain of 3. And the Bears first down.
On first down, Wilson. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They go play action now. Wilson winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Pete Werner. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Here's Hill now after the interception. Out to the right and complete to Pittman. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On first down, Hill. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Play fake. Hill. Out to his left. And now here's another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Bears are going to get the football back at their own 17.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Trying the left side with Kamara. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Hill looking to throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. Caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Well, here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Good gain there on first down, and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now it's Wilson. Looking deep downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5.
Second and goal at the 2-yard line.
On second and goal, Wilson. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. Somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Chicago, the win is their 8th on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for the Saints, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit.
Yeah. Sound like some superhero. Black super.